and we continue to monitor the floods in Gqeberha as there are concerns that a dam could burst and further affected communities in Gqeberha as more rain is expected overnight. Over the weekend, more than 1,000 people were displaced due to flooding in Nelson Mandela Bay Metro, and the death toll currently stands at 7. And for more on that story, let's bring in SABC News reporter Ntombozuko Balintulo. A very good morning to you, Ntombozuko. Thanks for joining us and a warm welcome to the agenda. Tell us what's the latest.
Morning, Simpiwe. We are in Gqeberha, the Eastern Cape. Earlier on, we spoke to the Commissioner, Andrew Moses. He was telling us about how much damage it has cost them. He estimated around about 10 million. And he also mentioned that people are still displaced in Community Hall in Gqeberha. And also there are some roads in the Eastern Cape that have been closed due to snowfall. But right now, I'll be speaking to Dr. Solomon, the gift of the givers. They've been doing an amazing job trying to assist in every way that they could. As you also know that the number of passed away in the Eastern Cape now is a total of 9. We know that there's 2 Buffalo City municipality, but we're quickly going to speak to Dr. Solomon and the founder of the Gift of the Givers just to find out what assistance that they've been doing in this area, and also what is the most important thing that the people actually need. Dr. Solomon, thank you very much for joining us. Rainfalls on the weekend. Now you are here and you're trying to assist just to see what the Gift of the Givers can do. Ask what type of assistance that you've given to the people that have been affected by the floods.
This assistance is standard what we normally do, but we got hit in 3 areas at the same time: Nelson Mandela Bay, Gqeberha and Buffalo City. We sent out teams from different parts of the country to come and join them. To answer your question, normally in the first phase, we were helping with evacuation and then making sure. Remember what communities, it's sometimes very difficult to get them out of their houses. They refuse to move, and because that's their spot, that land is so important to them, they don't want to move. And a lot of people did not move. So that's the first challenge, to encourage them to get out of their houses and go to a higher ground. Then when they get there, immediately you need blankets because the floors are cold, and mattresses. You need to give them warm clothing. Many of them are soaked because it's pouring rain. And of course hot meals, sanitary pads and diapers to make them comfortable. And of course encouragement and reassurance that you will go back to your house. And then centers started mushrooming because the danger came that rivers are going to flow their banks, the dams are going to burst. So now in dark weather, you're getting caught in so many different areas to assist. So 12 centers actually came up. In situations like this, people take a chance also, personal gain. So 2 centers were shut down, and 10 are properly managed. We assist our teams helping in the management of those centers. And of course, distributing hot meals and bottled water is what we've been doing. In addition to that, in crisis like this, when the rain is so intensive, water gets contaminated. As you can see around here, we brought water tankers from our facility in Adelaide. And right now, as I'm talking to you, Utenig Hospital has called for water. So we've been distributing a lot of water. Water is critical in a situation like this. And basically, that's the main part here. We've helped 3,000 people with meals already. In East London, we've helped 1,300 families. There's now 3,000 families that need assistance. And we just got word this morning that Kunu has been affected too, and another 500 families need assistance in that area.
Dr. Solomon, what is one of the most emergency needs that you've seen that people actually need in terms of the flooding that has been going around in the province?
Well, normally, in a situation like this, when it floods, is there any loss of life? And if there's loss of life, I have other people missing. Closure is critical. They've just found a body in the Nahun Dam in East London today. People want closure. We've seen the crisis in KZN in the floods in 2022 where many people were missing. That's the first thing, find family members. The second thing, of course, as I mentioned earlier, evacuate people. But after that, they all want to go back home. And that's the critical part where we also have to really look at the way we do things when we resettle people. I've been mentioning this for many, many years. After floods and fires, demarcate the land, don't let people build on top of each other. We've done that in Alex, near the Gqeberha, and up till today, we haven't had a problem. 114 houses, all well spaced out, no floods, no fire affects it ever again. And we just need to reposition, get informal settlement communities and communities and say, in this space, only 50 houses can come, no more, but well spaced out. When we resettle, that's what we need to do.
All right, so I know that you've been at work since the floods started this past weekend, but what is some of the emergency work that the workers of Gift of the Givers that they do?
Well, they've been involved. We've been involved in all all the time. I've brought my team that came from George. They were busy there with the building that got collapsed. From that Monday, they waited till the following Friday till the operation closed. It's not even a few weeks, and I had to bring the whole team here because of the extent of the floods in this area. So our teams are normal people who are not involved in disasters on a daily basis. They're involved with, there's a huge hunger problem in the Eastern Cape. Kids have died from hunger, there's malnutrition. So hunger, we support 175 feeding centers. So the teams are distributing that all the time. We help with school uniforms, with stationery. We're involved with infrastructure at hospitals. We're busy with catch-up surgery. We're drilling boreholes. We do counseling services. We got now winter clothing. So we do 21 different types of projects. And this city is very important to us because in 2022, we came to drill boreholes to try to assist with day zero. We put 50 boreholes. And November 2022 was very challenging. There's a massive fire here. And with the drought, the city couldn't manage, and the disaster management called us. We brought in 2 helicopters and 2 planes, brought in water trucks to support the firefighters, brought in additional firefighters, and brought in support for the firefighters and additional teams. And we basically stopped the fire in 5 days by bombing it from the air. So we have a very good relationship, even with the business chamber, with the municipality, with the provincial government, with the premier, with the MECs. Eastern Cape is very special to us. Not only here, but basically all the way up to KZN.
Thank you so much, Doc. That was Dr. telling us what services they're actually providing when it comes to the flooding in the Eastern Cape. He also mentioned that they know that in Gqeberha there has been a water problem, and they are actually going to be providing a water tank. And right now, if you can see, I'm just going to step outside of the frame. As you can see that there are Gift of the Givers workers are actually loading some of the blankets that will be taken to places like Gqeberha and also some places here in Motherwell. And also, if you can see on the far right, there is the Gift of the Givers, a tank that is going to be supporting or actually bringing water to the hospital that is actually in need.